Hello everybody and welcome back to the coverage of Court B here at the Optegra Premiership December weekend 2024 to 25. We have a game between Aspire PFC and West Bromwich Albion Throstles. The Aspire squad is on your screen as I am speaking here, and the Throstles squad will be coming up very shortly, coached by former England manager Colin Gordon, a coach that will be well known to many of Aspire's players. Dan McClellan and John Boulding more recently were in his England squad for the Fit for Power Chair Football World Cup in Sydney, Australia last year. He's now starting a new chapter coaching Throstles. And John Dixon for Aspire, of course, playing against his former side for the first time today. John Dixon transferred in the summer from Throstles to Aspire. He's been flying so far this season and will be looking to add to that great start in his two games today. Aspire, they start off the day against Throstles. They have Teesside later on. They'll have one eye on that one already, I'm sure. It's a massive game at the top of the table, but so is this. Throstles this morning were able to pick up a good 2-1 win over Norwich. They haven't had the best start to the season, but slowly growing in confidence with a very different play style to they're used to in previous years. Aspire, more of the same without Brad Bates, but that's not causing them much of an issue. Still very much in that title hunt. And we are underway here, so Aspire kicking away from you as you're watching this game in red tops, the goalkeeper tops yellow, being worn by Tom Kelly. John Boulding is the captain in the centre. John Dixon on one wing and Dan McClellan on the other. And for Throstles, they're kicking towards you as you're watching. They've got Regan Kemp in goal. Amy Lee Julian is currently sat behind him on the goal line. Matty Harrison on one wing, and then Abby Bolt, who scored a fantastic goal in their win over Norwich City earlier, on the other. And so it's Aspire who are taking the early initiative and attacking the Throstles rear guard. Dan McClellan just ricochets the ball off the chair of Amy Lee Julian and wins his side a kick in high on the right hand side. Dan McClellan back towards John Boulding, manages to get the pass back into McClellan. It's across to Dixon. McClellan again. Matty Harrison reads it. Another kick in for Aspire. John Boulding across to Dixon. Back in towards McClellan. A nice idea, applauded by the captain, but doesn't come off in that occasion. A chance for Throstles to potentially release the pressure on themselves. Lee Julian. A ball for Abby Bolt to chase. It's come to John Dixon. Plays well in towards Boulding. It's going to be given as a 2-on-1 in favour of Aspire. The two Throstles wingers are judged to have been a bit too close there. So a kick just over halfway. Boulding. McClellan, full spin back into the centre for John Boulding. Just wide. A head on the hand of John Boulding. He knows how close that was. And it was saved, so there will be a corner kick to follow. Dan McClellan. Boulding lets it go towards the back post. Dixon tries to play it back towards Boulding. It's cut out. Aspire have the early attacking impetus here. Dixon, that's a fantastic ball across. McClellan on the reverse spin. Very good football. Really pressing. And seems to be quite an elaborate free corner kick routine here for Aspire. Dummied by Dixon. Boulding with a chance to strike. Blocked by Kemp on the first occasion. Still with Aspire. And John Boulding. Boulding. That pass is cut out by Abby Bolt. Dixon's there to clear up and does fantastically well to get that down the left-hand side. Very well battled by the former Throstles man. Boulding, Dixon, ball across. McClellan was waiting at the edge. It's cleared only as far as Tom Kelly, who recycles. McClellan takes the touch. He plays a pass across towards John Dixon. Still with Aspire. Boulding, that's a good ball. McClellan takes the touch. Then plays towards Boulding. Back into Dan McClellan. John Boulding lets it go and spins all the way. Trying to find that gap. Fought in towards the back post. Ricochets off the post. It's still alive here. Dan McClellan is the one with it. Boulding. Still John Boulding. Cut out by Harrison. A blisteringly fast start here. Bolt keeps the ball in play on the right-hand side for Throstles. And shepherds it out. It's going to be a kick in for Aspire, who are certainly in the ascendancy in these early moments. Boulding. Harrison cuts it out. Boulding chases him down and wins it. Now it's Lee Julian who can just put the ball out of play and distort Aspire's passing. Dan McClellan, that's a decent ball across. Bolt cuts it out. Now it's John Boulding, just his pass is in behind John Dixon. John Dixon chasing it all the way, causing a bit of havoc on the left-hand side. Now it's Abby Bolt. Drives away with it. John Boulding and Abby Bolt battling. Boulding. It's going to be a kick in for Aspire. Boulding. Dixon with the ball across, blocked by Kemp. Here's Dan McClellan. Still with Throstles on this right-hand side. It's going to be a kick in for the Baggies. Amy Lee Julian is going to take it. Good delivery. Now it's a chance on the counter-attack for Dan McClellan. Wins a kick in. Boulding. McClellan, ball across. Blocked by Kemp. Still alive for Aspire. Boulding fires it back into the danger zone. Dan McClellan picks it off across. Two on one in favour of Aspire. This is another dangerous area for a set piece for the reigning European champions. Indirect free kick. Boulding. McClellan just can't quite find the bumper of John Boulding. They scored a very similar goal in yesterday's 4-1, 4-0 victory over Throstles. There's just a little bit of DIY being done on Tom Kelly's chair here. Just the pin on his back wheels has just come out. Jeff Lewis, the assistant referee, runs on to attend to it, and I think it's sorted. So we'll get back underway with a Throstles kick in on the right hand side. Boulding. Lee Julian. Still John Boulding. Finds Dan McClellan. has a chance to spin in towards the back post for John Dixon. That's a fantastic move. Aspire have the lead. John Dixon is the scorer. Boulding with the assist, but that game was made between Dan McClellan and John Boulding, who just managed to get some pace on the ball. The ball to the back post was good, and Dixon is proving to be a very clinical finisher and converted that chance well, as it's going to be a goal kick. Straight from kickoff. Ooh, a difficult one for John Boulding to deal with. Boulding regains possession. Dixon, that's a lovely pass in towards McClellan, who can then turn and spin just behind John Boulding. He applauds the idea, and Aspire keep possession of the ball. Still Boulding. McClellan fires it across. Oof. Bounces up and I think just hit the back of McClellan's chair. That would have been a painful one had it hit him in the body, but I think he's okay. It's going to be a set ball out on the right hand side. But Aspire just getting so much power on their play. Oof. Forceful play between Lee Julian and Boulding in the centre. Two on one in favour of Aspire. McClellan opts to try and fire to the back post. Poor pass from Boulding, which is uncharacteristic, and now it's Harrison. Still John Boulding. Does well to come away with the ball. Bolt. Amy Lee Julian to take this kick in for Throstles. Picked off by John Dixon. Dan McClellan cushions it down the line. Then plays back in towards Boulding, just can't quite time it. McClellan with a bit of a wild swing in there. Two on one though, given against Throstles. The goalkeeper adjudged to have come out of his area, which means this is a very, very dangerous chance for Aspire to punish Throstles. McClellan again doesn't quite come off, but no disaster. They've still got it here, Aspire. Now they have to react though. It's up the other end. Very well battled by Tom Kelly. Good turn from Dan McClellan as well, who's still got it out on the right hand side. Plays in towards Tom Kelly, but that ball ends up evading him. Two on one, I think. Given against Aspire, it's relatively unclear. There's going to be a substitution as well for Aspire, so Rosie Hodgson's going to come on. Off comes the goal scorer John Dixon, who will be happy with another very good shift in an Aspire shirt. So Aspire have this kick in a very similar position to the last one. It's dangerous. Very close to making those work, Aspire. Here's Kent. Amy Lee Julian to take this set piece. Here's Rosie Hodgson. Spin. It's now John Boulding. 2-on-1 given against West Brom Throstles. Lots of 2-on-1s being given against West Brom Throstles. They're having to really try and fragment the play. Boulding. McClellan, John Boulding. Puts it back into an area. Here's Dan McClellan. Boulding. They got the timing right, just not quite the direction. Kelly. Don't know whether that was an attempted dummy. But a chance for Rosie Hodgson at the back post. Off the post. It's going to be a goal kick. Or it's very unclear what it's going to be. Going to be a kick in for Throstles actually in that corner. Boulding, spin and a miss. Still with Aspire though. They're kicking out on the right hand side. And Aspire, they'll be really happy with the way that the game has gone in terms of the patterns of play. They've played some really nice football at times. They'll just be slightly frustrated. You'd think that they haven't been able to extend their advantage. As that's a great pass from Dan McClellan. You'd have liked to see a shot from Rosie Hodgson potentially. There was a lot of space at the front post from this angle. Lee Julian. Still with Boulding on the edge of the area, who's dominated this game so far in the centre of the pitch. Dan McClellan. Still with Aspire and Tom Kelly. Dan McClellan just plays it off Harrison. So Aspire, they sit 3 points off the top of the table with a game in hand. Sit 1 point above Newcastle, below them in fourth, but with 2 games in hand on them. Here's Harrison. Kick in for Aspire. So just under 2 minutes remain. Lee Julian. Bolt. Hodgson with a strike. Cleared by Lee Julian. Contact between Bolt and Hodgson. Given in favour of the Aspire number 26. So with just 60 seconds remaining, this could be the last action of the first half. The first half that has been successful for Aspire, and a big chance just tucked wide by Hodgson. Kemp, Lee Julian. Good ball by Kelly. His distribution this morning has been good quality. Tom Kelly been able to keep attacks going on numerous occasions. As here is Lee Julian. The game for Throstles has been, I guess, how they would have expected it. I had the privilege to speak to Colin Gordon, the Throstles manager, just before the game, and he was expecting that his side would have a lot of defending to do. That being said, there definitely are opportunities where Aspire have been slightly open on the counter-attack. As McClellan fires the ball across, 2-on-1 in favour of Aspire. It feels like I've said that phrase a lot this morning. And this will be the last chance of the first half for Aspire. Can they double their lead going into the interval? About to find out. It's McClellan, cleared by Lee Julian. And there we go. That is half time. So, Aspire 1, West Bromwich Albion Throstles 0 at half time. It's a game that has been dominated by Aspire, but they haven't been able to find a second goal yet. Will that change in the second half, or will we see a resurgence of Throstles into the game? They're still very much in it, with only a slender lead to the European champions Aspire at the minute. We'll be back for the second half to see if they can continue their dominance very shortly. We are nearly ready to get underway for the second half here. One substitution, which we'll confirm in a second, as we have just kicked off. And immediately it's Abby Bolt and Rosie Hodgson battling away. Here's Amy Wharton. Well, actually, 2 changes at the break for Throstles. So Amy Wharton has come on. Off goes Matthew Harrison, and then also we have had Jonathan Davies put on. Jonathan Davis replacing Amy Lee Julian. So it's Aspire who come forward. John Boulding into challenge with Davis. Here's Boulding. Contact given against John Boulding. Two on one against Dan McLennan and John Boulding. Regan Kemp. Two on one against West Brom Throstles. Boulding. McLellan needs to flick it round the corner. Two on one given against Dan McLellan and John Boulding. Kemp. Bolt. Bolt. John Boulding takes the kick in. Amy Wharton. Two on one given against Hodgson and McLellan. Here's Kemp. Kick in for Aspire on the right hand side. Taken by McLellan. Here's Boulding. Dan McLellan. John Boulding again plays the ball out towards Hodgson. Can't get it across. Still with Aspire. Picked off. Now it's Boulding. Bolt with the pressure. Going to be a kick in for Aspire deep in their own half. Here's John Bowling. Dan McClellan. Manages to flick it out towards Boulding, who wins a corner. Dan McClellan to take the corner kick. Bit too hasty with the delivery from Dan McClellan. The referee wanted him to wait for the whistle. John Boulding has a chance to strike. It's Davis, Boulding again, in towards Hodgson at the back post, who scores. Rosie Hodgson doubles Aspire's lead. It felt like it had been coming in this game. That's the cushion it's often talked about. It's 2-0. Here's Jonathan Davis. Bolt. There's a couple of words between Colin Gordon and John Boulding. I'm sure with very light-hearted undertones. Boulding, who captained Colin Gordon's England side for a number of years. Here's Davis. Boulding. Now a chance for Dan McClellan, who just takes it down the line. Tries to play back in towards Boulding. Kick in for Aspire. McClellan. Boulding cut out by Wharton. Boulding. Oh, bounces up and off the head of Amy Wharton. That was an unfortunate one. Think she's going to be okay, just sort of chipped up there. Can happen sometimes when there's such an intense bit of pressure between two of the players. So it's going to be Dan McClellan to come out and do this set ball with Throstles as number 7. Kick in for Throstles. Here's Jonathan Davis. Dan McClellan sneaks in behind Amy Wharton. Now it's John Boulding. McClellan just allows it to run out. Dan McClellan, he snaps a shot at the front post. Still has it here. McClellan, Boulding. Back into Dan McClellan. Takes the touch now, does John Boulding. Has a strike. Blocked, still with Aspired. Hodgson. Rosie Hodgson. Now it's Dan McClellan. Fires it across. Boulding. Oof, so close. Regan Kemp. Picked off by McClellan. Hodgson fires a shot in at the front post. Good save from Kemp. Corner kick. 2 substitutions for Aspire. It's going to be Rosie Hodgson coming off. On comes Rosie and Dan off. Jordan Williams and Sally McNeil on. Jordan Williams is going to take a kick, and I don't know what's going on here, but the referee having a great old chinwag in the centre of the pitch. So eventually this is going to be taken. It's going to be Jordan Williams. Boulding in towards the back post. McNeil has a strike and whacks the post. It's still with Aspire. Now one back. Here's Lee Julian, Amy Wharton. So Lee Julian also reintroduced. Boulding. McNeil, that's a great pass from Boulding. Now a chance for Jordan Williams. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Still with Aspire. Goal kick. So we have just 8 minutes remaining. It's looking like Aspire are going to get the job done here. Here's Abby Bolt. Here's John Boulding. Jordan Williams keeps the pressure on. McNeil still with Jordan Williams. Now Boulding tries to play it towards the back post, still with Aspire. Ball across from Sally McNeil. Williams. Going to be contact foul against Sally McNeil. It's a very messy game, this. But the headlines are that it's looking like Aspire will pick up 3 points in the Optegra Premiership, and Throstles, who managed to get a win on the board this morning, their struggles are going to continue. There's another 2-on-1 in a very weird area. I mean, it's been one of the bittiest games I've seen in terms of constant stoppages. Here's John Boulding. Sally McNeil fires it behind John Boulding. John Dixon, who replaced Tom Kelly in goal. Now it's Jonathan Davies. Jordan Williams battling away robustly in the centre. Boulding comes away with the ball. Throstles, this is their last game of the weekend. Their attention will turn to March, where they have a Saturday in March where they have both Middlesbrough and Nottinghamshire, so that's a day that they'll want to be picking up points as there's contact in the centre. against John Boulding, who apologises instantaneously to Abby Bolt. It's a bit of an accidental collision in the centre of the park. Jonathan Davis to take this free kick. Jordan Williams. Davis clears. Now it's still Jordan Williams. Still Boulding. Kicking for Aspire. They're going to make a change here. Throstles, on comes Matty Harrison for Amy Wharton. Boulding. Amy Lee Julian. Kicking out on the right hand side for Throstles. This will be the last action of the game. Davis. Harrison. Bolt. Boulding gets it clear. Be a Throstles kick in. Substitution for Aspire as well. On comes Bobby Williams to replace John Boulding. Bobby Williams, who after rave reviews yesterday has kept the jeans on. Let's hope they're a fresh pair of jeans. I mean, nobody wants to wear the same jeans to play power chair football in 2 days in a row. He's on now as a chance potentially to break for Throstles. It's just too much. Lee Julian. Contact against Amy Lee Julian. Dixon. Boulding. John Dixon against his former club. Will be very happy with his performance, and he's done very well there, but 2-on-1. .45 seconds remain. Williams. McNeil. Jordan Williams. Bobby Williams. That's good football from Aspire. Bobby Williams, what a ball that is towards the back post. Oh, it's going to go in. goal for Aspire. They add to their tally late on. What a mess that was. I mean, it was fantastic football for a moment from Aspire. Bobby Williams with put a lovely ball across. Sally McNeil couldn't convert, but then Jordan Williams just sort of chasing. A bit of a loose ball on the edge of the area. Makes it 3-0 to Aspire, and that puts 3 points beyond any doubt. We are into just some stoppage time now. Don't assume there'll be a lot added on, but a very, very good performance. And that is full time. So it ends Aspire 3, West Brom Throstles 0. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back for more Premiership action very shortly. Cheers.